Why shiny things are a founder's worst enemy. When you're a startup founder, especially in the early days, from bootstrapping to Series A, you're constantly pulled in 100 directions. You've probably heard this stat before, but it's worth repeating. Around 90% of startups fail, and a huge part of that is simply because we don't focus. Not enough, not on the right things, not consistently. I felt that too. When I started building Rare Founders, I was doing everything at once: events, partnerships, sponsorships, fundraising, side projects, social media, even product ideas I had no time for. The FOMO was real, and because things were picking up, I felt like I had to say yes to everything. Spoiler, I almost burnt out. And even worse, I wasn't making real progress on the stuff that actually mattered. That's when I started trying to get better at focus. I still don't think I've nailed it, far from it, but I've learned a few things that help. Automate yourself appearing on hundreds of great podcasts. If you're an entrepreneur of any kind, frequent podcast guesting is the new, proven, and fastest path to changing your life. It's the number one way to get eyeballs on you and your business. Podcast listeners lean in, hang on every word, and trust guests who deliver real value, like you. But appearing on dozens of incredible podcasts overnight as a guest has been impossible to all but the most famous until now. Podcast guesting gets you permanent inbound, permanent SEO, and connects you to the best minds in your industry as peers. Podpitch.com is the new software that books you as a guest over and over on the exact kind of podcast you want to appear on automatically. Drop your LinkedIn URL into Podpitch. Scan 4 million podcasts. Podpitch. Comms Engine crawls every active show to surface your perfect podcast matches in seconds. Listens to them for you. Podpitch literally listens to podcasts for you to think about how to best get the host's attention for your targets. Writes emails, sends, and follows up until booked. Podpitch. Writes hyper-personalized pitches, sends them from your email address, and will keep following up until you're booked. Want to go on 7+ podcasts every month and change your inbound for life? Book a demo now and we'll show you what podcasts you can guest on ASAP. Book your incredible demo. Now Focus is the make or break Skilla report from First Round showed that 70% of early stage founders say knowing where to focus is their biggest challenge. Not raising money, not product, not hiring, just basic prioritization. And it makes sense. There are endless things you could be doing: features to build, investors to meet, decks to update, people to hire, posts to write, podcasts to record, events to attend. But if you try to do it all, you'll drown. Here's the kicker: switching between tasks all day drops your productivity by 40%, and on average it takes 23 minutes to regain focus after every interruption. Multiply that by 10-15 context switches a day, and you've lost hours. In my own journey, I'm still figuring it out. There are weeks when I feel like I'm on top of it, and then the next week it's a complete mess again. But the awareness is helping. I now know when I'm drifting, and I'm quicker to course correct. What helped me get back on track? Here's what I started using. Nothing fancy, just things that actually worked for me. 1. Time blocking. I try to block 2 to 3 hours most mornings for deep focused work. No meetings, no Slack, no calls, just execution. When I stick to it, it's a game changer. Once I started treating my calendar like real estate and not a wish list, I started seeing results. I batch my calls in the afternoon, and even things like emails have their own block. I don't always get it right. Sometimes I break my own rules, but I keep coming back to this. More on time blocking. 2. Eisenhower matrix. Probably the best lesson I have learned in the corporate world, and it works. You list out your tasks and divide them into urgent and important. Do now. Important but not urgent. Schedule it. Urgent but not important. Delegate. Neither delete. It's crazy how much time we waste on stuff that feels urgent but really isn't. I found I was spending hours fiddling with visuals for social posts when what I should have been doing was locking in our next sponsor. More on this. 3. OKRs, objectives and key results. It sounds simple. Set 1-2 goals, build around them. But in practice, it's tricky.
I've started using OKRs to create structure and avoid drifting into random projects. When I actually stick to the OKRs I set, the team moves in the same direction and everything feels clearer. But I still get pulled into shiny ideas, and sometimes I realize halfway through the quarter that I've ignored the key results completely. That's when I pause, realign, and start again. It's a work in progress, but it's been helpful.
The mindset shift frameworks help, but honestly, the biggest challenge for me is mindset. I don't have this nailed. It's something I'm becoming more aware of and catching in real time, but it's ongoing work. Shiny object syndrome is real and deadly. Every founder has it. You go to an event, hear a killer idea, and want to pivot or launch a new thing this week. I've done this so many times and regretted it. The truth, most successful founders stay heads down on one problem. They don't chase every trend. They double down on what's working. Short-term wins versus long-term value. In the early days, you say yes to anything that brings in revenue, but not all money is good money. Taking a misaligned partnership or building a feature for one demanding client might help this month, but kill your product long-term. Still figuring out where to draw the line here. Sometimes I say yes and then regret it. Sometimes I say no and wonder if I missed something. Ask yourself, is this helping me build something sustainable or just a short-term dopamine hit? Focus, saying no a lot. This one is really hard. As founders, we're wired to say yes to investors, to users, to friends. But the best thing I've learned, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. And if you're not careful, you'll say yes to 10 things and forget to build the actual business. Start treating no as a strategic decision, not just something to feel bad about. Steve Jobs once said, "I'm as proud of what we don't do as I am of what we do." Final thought, I'm still figuring it out. At the end of the day, building a startup is messy. You'll always have 100 things to do and not enough people or time. Now you are aware. You will know when you are drifting. You will know when you need to stop and ask yourself, is this really what matters right now? Block time as best you can, set goals, and try to stick to them. Say no, even when it's uncomfortable. Stay in your lane, even when everything else looks tempting. Keep showing up, and when something shiny comes along, pause and ask, does this help me get to where I want to go? If not, let it go. I'm still working on it. But one no at a time, it gets easier. If this hit home, pass it on. There's probably another founder in your circle quietly battling the same thing. Poll time. Vote now. We'll share the results in next week's issue. All votes are anonymous. Industry Pulse. Last week's poll results. How often do you feel judged for not knowing something obvious? Rafe Founders Events. Rare Founders. Belgium ex-UK Demo Day. Get ready for a mix of 30 bold startups from Belgium and the UK, pitching their ideas in front of investors, family offices, and partners. The day event is already almost at capacity, but there's still plenty of room to join us in the evening at the ambassador's residence for drinks, music, and networking. It's the perfect chance to mingle, meet great people, and enjoy the energy without the usual stiff demo day vibe. In-person event 36, Belgrave Square, London, SW1X 8QB, UK27 Ocket, 1430, 22 Sound Bast Register. Here other London events nights, London AI Demo Nights. Join an evening of live AI demos where builders, tinkerers, and engineers showcase their creations in short, interactive sessions. The event keeps a relaxed atmosphere with strict timing, encouraging experimentation, collaboration, and direct audience feedback. In-person event, Charing Cross area, London, UK Fry, 26 Sep, 18 hours, 21 BS to register. Here make the jump starter, half-day creative gathering, featuring interactive workshops and a networking session designed to inspire, educate, and empower emerging Asian creatives. Guests can expect expert-led sessions on personal branding and client collaboration, followed by an evening of community building with music.
In-person event 1-3, Rivington St. London, EC2A 3DT, UK Sun 28 Sep, 15 hours, 21 hours, BS Register. Here plugged Founder Town, 5-day Founders Retreat. Join a curated retreat where ambitious founders step away from the noise, recharge in nature, and focus on meaningful work while building genuine connections. Participants will share lodges, meals, and experiences that blend deep work with community, fun, and purpose. In-person event Hexham, England Mon 29, Sep 11 BS Register here. Tabs Inc. Gateway to Growth, expanding your business. To the USAA panel discussion, we'll explore strategies for entering the US market, covering topics such as GTM, venture capital, immigration, and establishing a business entity. Attendees will also have the opportunity to network with peers over drinks and light bites. In-person event 1418 Finsbury Square, London EC2A 1AH, UK Mon 29 Sep 17 1930. BS Register here. ISL Talent 5, hiring mistakes that kill startup momentum and how to avoid them. This session explores the 5 most common hiring mistakes that stall startup growth and offers practical strategies to avoid them.
Participants will learn how to access hidden talent, define roles by outcomes, and apply a proven framework to hire with confidence and sustain momentum. Online event 2:30 Sep, 11:30, 12:30, BS Register, Here Granola Firesides with Dimitri Mason. Join an event exploring how conversational AI is transforming customer operations in financial services, led by an experienced expert in data science and AI. Attendees can also enjoy networking, food, and drinks in a highly sought-after setting. In-person event Hoxton Street area, London, UK 2:30 Sep, 18 hours, 2030. BS Register, Here Gangles. How H2H marketing builds loyal customer communities. This session explores how brands are moving beyond outdated marketing tactics by building loyal communities through human-centered strategies. Attendees will learn practical methods that blend behavioral science, storytelling, UX design, and AI to drive authentic engagement and sustainable growth. Online event WED1 Oct 11C, 12 to BS Register Here Creative AI Meetup Machine. As author, audience, and critic join an exploration of the intersection of AI and creativity, where artists and researchers share how emerging technologies shape artistic practice and perception. The event features talks on digital art, machine audiences, and AI's role as both creator and critic, followed by networking. In-person event Purchase Street area, London, UKW1 Oct 18 hours 2030 BS Register Here Bold Shatter Limiting Beliefs and Create a Life of Purpose. This intimate gathering offers a space for curious minds to connect, reflect, and explore what it means to live and lead with intention. Guests can expect inspiring stories, practical steps, and meaningful conversations with a diverse group of creatives and professionals. In-person event Bishopsgate area, London, UKWED, 1 Oct, 18 Zards, 21 BST Register, Here Tech Startups in the Pub Relaxed Networking. The meetup offers relaxed, agenda-free networking for founders, builders, operators, and newcomers in a friendly pub setting. With 2 monthly gatherings in London, it's a chance to connect over drinks and conversations in a welcoming atmosphere. In-person event Simmons Bar, Oxford Street, 203 Wardour St. London, W1F8ZH, UKWED 1 Oct 18 Sir 22 Aunt BS Register. Here Female Founders Rise Fundraising. Meetup join in this informal meetup where founders and investors come together to share insights, answer questions, and build valuable fundraising connections. It's a chance for those raising now or soon to gain practical advice and network with peers in a supportive setting. In-person event 1 Bow Churchyard, London EC4M 9DQ, UK2 2 OCT 845, 1045 BS Register Here Scalar Labs D Risking Growth. What founders miss on insurance and liability. This session offers a focused review of common risk exposures faced by startups and scale-ups, highlighting how insurance can be used to manage liabilities through real case studies.
Attendees will gain practical insight on maximizing value when working with providers to secure effective financial risk coverage. In-person event Piccadilly Circus area, London, UKTO 2 Oct, 10 hours, 12:30, BST register, here female product lead influencing. During difficult conversations. Workshop, join this interactive workshop designed to equip leaders and rising executives with practical tools to handle tough conversations, give impactful feedback, and strengthen their influence in high-stakes moments. Through movement, voice, and presence-building exercises, participants gain a safe space to grow their authority and confidence while connecting with peers. In-person event 37, Tavistock PL, London, WC1H, 9SE, UK2, 2 OCT, 15-hour, 17-hour, BST register, here, Tenity Investment Summit, UK and Global Perspectives. This community-driven summit brings together founders, investors, and innovation leaders to explore the evolving funding landscape through practical workshops, candid conversations, and expert panels. Attendees gain fundraising strategies, insights from capital providers, and opportunities to connect with peers and investors. In-person event 113, St. Giles High St. London, WC2H, 8AG, UKTU 2 OCA, 15:30, 21:30, BST register here AI Engineer, London Engineer London Meetup. 7. Join a gathering of AI practitioners, researchers, builders, and founders for an evening of talks, drinks, and networking. Attendees can expect insightful sessions on AI tools and protocols, with space allocated on a first-come basis. In-person event Caledonian RD area, London, UK22 Oct, 18 hours, 22-hour BST register here Seed Legal's events, Win Minds, and Investment. The Insider's Guide to Being Brand Ready for Investors. This session explores how founders and startups can build powerful investment-ready brands that deliver real returns. Attendees will gain insider strategies, practical tips, and a free brand readiness checklist to help their brand stand out in a competitive market.
Online event Fry 3, OCT 12 O 13 O's, BST register, here Get Seen Ventures Robotics Networking Meetup, London. Join a casual in-person networking event for those working in or curious about robotics and AI for robotics. The gathering is kept small and relaxed, encouraging genuine connections and continued conversations through an online community. In-person event 34, Sec40 St. I, London, EC1R 0HA, UKFRI 3 OCT, 18 OM 21 BST register. Here still reading, you're my kind of person. If you've been finding this newsletter useful, join our paid premium members and help me keep it going while enjoying extra benefits. Become a member Rare Founders, building the bridge between founders and investors via regular in-person and online events, meetups, conferences.